Nearly 3 years ago, I planned to kill myself. I saw no way out of my life. I saw no future for myself. I was sitting in my car one night. I reach into my glove box and I take out a 10-inch long hunting knife. I felt so lonely, depressed, anxious, all these negative, fallen emotions. I just felt so dark. I felt so far down in darkness and oppression, like almost like a spiritual oppression. And a voice in the back of my head told me to drive that knife through my neck. And I didn't do it. Something made me stop, although I was 100% willing to do it. Welcome back, everybody, to another one of these videos where we play Minecraft and we talk about life together and self-improvement and all the things that I hope to share with you to hopefully help you with your life and your mental health and just your journey. And so I want to really emphasize in this video the fact that no matter how far down in darkness you are, you can escape. Now, when you're in the darkness, when you're in the bad mental health, let's say you're really struggling right now, like really you see no way out in life, you see no future for yourself, you feel like you're going through hell and you feel like there's no way you'll ever get out, and if you do get out, you don't care if you get out because you just want it to be over. You don't want to be alive anymore. You feel so numb to life. You don't even want to be here anymore. Even if things are going well, you just don't want to be here. When I tell you, I am so grateful I didn't end my life. I'm so grateful because the way my life is right now, yes, I go through hard times. Yes, stuff still comes up. Yes, we live in a fallen, dark world where things happen and things go wrong, and that's just the reality of it. You're gonna go through some pretty annoying times, some really dark times, really just uncomfortable times. And in the world, there's gonna be a lot of dark times coming. A lot of things are cooking up in the real world too, in politics and in warfare. And in our personal lives, things get darker and darker, and addictions. We're addicted to food, alcohol, sugar, doom scrolling, video games. We do all these things not because we enjoy them. A lot of times we don't enjoy them. Sometimes we do, but a lot of times we don't. We do them because that's the only time we feel any sense of joy in life, any sense of happiness in life. We know it's not good for us. We know it's not productive. We know it's not making a future for ourselves. We know it's not making our future self happy, or I guess we're not setting up our future self for success, and yet we still do these things because we are struggling right now. And so we need the comfort. We need to be like comforted with these vices. That's where I was. That's where I was, and it was making my life even worse. I got to such a rock bottom. I was so addicted to porn. I was so addicted to attention from the opposite gender. I was so addicted to negative thoughts. I had so many dark fantasies of just violence and like beating people up, which probably stemmed from my abusive home life as a child. My dark thought patterns, how sad I'd feel, just like almost like chronic sadness. I would get chest pain. Now, if you have anxiety or like depression, you might relate to this. I literally would get chest pain from how bad I would felt, from how bad I was feeling mentally. This is what it's like to live in darkness. I literally preferred to be in darkness. I literally preferred to spend time in darkness. If that isn't a spiritual like metaphor for like a physical thing, I would spend time in darkness, physical darkness. I was scared of the light. I didn't want to be in the light. If somebody turned on a light switch, I got so uncomfortable and angry and irritable. If I went outside and the sun was bright, I would get so pissed off. I didn't want to be in the light. I didn't want people to see me. I wanted to be in the darkness, isolated, alone, unbothered, untouched, in my thoughts, in my head, doom scrolling, video games, food, addicted, selfish. I wanted to be alone. Hating my life, dark thoughts, negativity, intrusive thoughts that I didn't want in my head. Anxiety. Feeling numb to life, depressed as a result. That was my life. We were not made to live like this. The fact that we're depressed and anxious and suicidal tells us that we're doing something very, very wrong. And somehow I got pulled out of rock bottom, and I got better. I escaped hell. I got out. And I would have never imagined that I would have met my future wife after. I would have never imagined that I would have found my purpose in life, and I would have be able to feel actually purpose and fulfillment in life. As a result, I'd feel literally a reason to keep going in life because I found this purpose that I was meant to achieve, that I was meant to work towards. Even in small ways, going to the gym, things like that, but also the big ways, like doing ministry and reaching people and helping people with their mental health and physical and spiritual health. This is my purpose, my God-given spiritual purpose, and the fact that I found that, and that I found life, and I got to experience life through finding God and finding the natural way to life, the natural order to life, through self-improvement and finding God. Self-improvement in improving physically, mentally, spiritually, improving my presence so that I was more a part of life rather than just in my head all the time, which made me mentally healthier and more grateful and more a part of life. And I know I'm just word vomiting right now, but I'm telling you, I was in very deep darkness in my life, and I got out, I escaped, and now I wouldn't change a thing. I couldn't imagine wanting to be dead right now. It is not natural to be wanting yourself to be dead, to wanting to die and kill yourself. That is not natural. It is not natural. It is a spiritual entity. It is something inside you that is making you want to do that, making you want to unalive yourself. Because you got to think of it like this. As humans, we weren't naturally made to want to kill ourselves. Obviously, we were programmed to want to live. That's very common knowledge biologically, and yet for some reason, suicide is such an apparent thing in society now, especially in today's day. Why is that? 9 times out of 10, it's because we don't see a future for ourselves, but even then, our bodies aren't meant to jump to that conclusion of wanting to kill yourself and end your life. And so there is a very supernatural, because it's not in the natural order to want to unalive yourself, so it's supernatural that you feel that way and that you want to end your life. It is something quite literally inside you that has infected you like a parasite that wants you gone, that wants you dead, so that, or at the very bare minimum, it wants you to experience hell on earth. This thing, whatever it is, hates you and wants you dead and wants you gone. They have strategically planned your entire life to be traumatic and painful and hard and difficult. And then God is on the other side of that, allowing free will to happen to you, but also hoping that you'll come out of it and come to Him as a result and turn to Him in life. I was in that darkness, that deep, deep darkness, but I continued to endure. I took it one day at a time. Eventually I got kicked out of my parents. I went to live with my friend, and then I saw how, content they were with their life and how easygoing they were, and that really sparked something in me because I had no peace in life. And so seeing somebody else have peace was kind of shocking for me, up close and personal, actually seeing somebody not faking it like most adults do, but actually having peace genuinely. And so that struck something in me, and so I wondered how anyone could have that confidence and that happiness in such a depressing, dark world. Eventually, I was in my lowest moment. I was in my car again late one night around early 2023, and I wasn't particularly depressed. I was on self-improvement. I was improving my health mentally, spiritually, physically. I wasn't particularly like mentally unwell, but I just didn't see a future for myself. I felt like a failure. I didn't really see a way out of this. I was in my lowest moment, and after almost a year of studying and somewhat learning about Christianity, I suddenly cried out to Jesus Christ as one last resort. The other option was to kill myself. Then Jesus saved my life. I felt such a peace. I felt such a supernatural spiritual peace. I felt such an overwhelming peace in my life in that moment. It was like nothing I ever experienced ever before in my life. Suddenly, my depression and my anxiety, at least for a time, was cured. Of course, those things can easily come back after a while if you don't keep up and have a relationship with God, but also just do the things that are of Him, of God, of the natural order that we are meant to live, like being slowing down and being present in life through meditation and not doom scrolling 24/7, and eating healthy and going to the gym, pushing your body to its limit, exercising, not overwhelming your mind, journaling, calming down, slowing down, having purpose in life, these kind of things, the way we were meant to live in life. My life didn't get easier. In fact, it got much, much harder. I became homeless again a couple months later after this moment, after leaving my friend's house. And I was lost in life. I was purposeless, but at least I knew if all else failed in life, I had become 110% sure there is a God in the universe who loves me and died for me in the flesh and rose again 3 days later, and He wants me to endure till the end and live for Him. And that love that I felt from a being that I never even knew my entire life, this love I felt from this supernatural being made me want to keep going. It pushed me to keep living. I felt content knowing that God loves me and that I have eternal life with Him to look forward to, with peace and love and joy. I was no longer scared of dying. I knew where I'd go when I die. I knew if I never let go of this God, of His way of life, His attributes, His character, just Him, I'll be okay, and I'll go to heaven, and all tears will be wiped away, and everything will be perfect once again. I'll finally experience true 110% peace and joy without fail. It will be like the best experiences we have on earth times a million. And yet we get to see glimpses of that when we walk with God and live with God and live this life of natural order and natural just way of life that we were made to live. Self-improvement may have improved my life, but Jesus came and saved it and gave it to me more abundantly. And so that's my message to you. You can escape hell for your life. You can definitely 100%, you can escape hell. I escaped hell, and I was in such a dark place, and now I'm in such a bright place, and I wouldn't trade this life for anything. I'm telling you, you haven't lived long enough to see the other side. Just wait a little longer, one more day at a time. Things can get better, it really can. Yes, you may have to improve your life. Yes, it might be harder without God. Yes, you might have to improve your life and do certain things and work hard and kind of go against the grain, but it's worth it, because when you do experience the good times, it is so much more worth it, and you'll be so grateful that you didn't end it. Because in this life, we have one life. We have one chance at this life, and it is not worth giving that chance up, that one chance we get, because we feel like we see no future for ourselves. At least wait around and see if something will come of your life, if something will get better, if something will be beautiful in your life, if a seed will be planted and grow and turn into a beautiful plant. You don't know when it will happen, but it will happen. Especially if you take action for your life and just improve your life and decide that you want more and you want better and that you're going to make a change. I hope this video helps you guys. If it did, please consider watching some of my other videos. I believe if this one helped you, then those ones will likely help you as well. So with that being said, we have a sunset in the background here. I love you all so very much. We have a journal entry that I think already went by in the video at this point, but basically whatever I write on the little monolith thing you guys are gonna go in the comments and respond to the prompt, the little journal entry, and yeah, it's like a little interactive community thing that we do. And if you want to suggest your own little prompt, then you can. But yeah, with that being said, I love you all so very much, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.